Welcome to our poster, The Generalized Beamformer in the UltraSound Toolbox. I'm Ole Marius Hoel Rindal from the University of Oslo, and I'm presenting on behalf of my co-authors, which are all a part of the Center for Innovative Ultrasound Solutions. So the Generalized Beamformer is the core of the UltraSound Toolbox. And the Generalized Beamformer is a single equation and implementation to cover beamforming of all types of transmit waves, probes, and beamforming strategies. So, for example, we can take plane wave transmission, diverging wave transmissions, or focus transmissions, here illustrated through K-wave simulations. And we can take the resulting channel data and beamform images of the plane wave, the diverging wave, and the focus transmission. So behind this is this equation of the generalized beamformer, which we can simplify. If we assume that we're using the analytical signal, we drop the spatial coordinate, and we can further modify it a bit to say that we're first summing over the Rx dimension, then summing over the transmit dimension. This is here the delayed signal for every receive element and transmit event. This is the receive apodization, and this is the transmit wave apodization, which is crucial for the generalized beamformer. So we'll get back to that later. So the images we already showed you was single transmit images of plane waves, diverging waves, and focused transmissions. And then we were displaying the sum over the Rx data. We can further sum over the transmit dimension, basically doing what's known as coherently compounding. But a crucial part here is this transmit wave apodization. So here we used no transmit wave apodization for the diverging wave and the plane wave, but for the focus transmission, we used the modified hourglass, resulting in RTB beamforming. So to do RTB beamforming, we do hourglass-shaped transmit wave apodization, masking out the region insonified, so that we exploit the overlap between the transmits. But actually, the only difference between RTB beamforming and more conventional scanline or MLA beamforming for how it's implemented in the generalized beamformer is simply a difference of this transmit wave apodization. And furthermore, we can look a bit more at the equation. And conventionally, we first sum over the Rx channels, then combine over transmits, but we could flip this and first sum over the transmit dimension and then sum over the Rx elements. For the delay and sum image, this will of course be equivalent, but if we're doing adaptive beamforming, for example, coherence factor, if we estimate the coherence factor per transmit, we only get high coherence in the focal region. But if we first combine multiple transmits in the channel data by first summing over the transmit dimension, we're creating a synthetic transmit focus, improving the coherence outside of the focal region. We can also beamform in vivo data made available through our collaboration in CIUS with GE, giving us access to the cardiac data on the E95 scanner, fetal data on the Volleson scanner, and Kongsberg and FFI giving access to sonar data from a Hugin underwater vehicle. So there's plenty of more details to be discussed, so please come to our poster. Thank you.